Hi, and welcome to my prenatal class. Today's class is going to focus on the heart. So it's going to be gentle and heart opening. So to begin, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. And let's begin by bringing our hands to the heart, placing them over the heart, starting to connect with that energy, breathing into that space, and listening for what the heart has to say to you in this moment. And then I invite you to go ahead and set an intention for this class. And it can be simple and general as just in this short amount of time committing to touching into the heart space, or it can be a more specific heart intention. So go ahead and bring your palms together. Go ahead and rub them together, creating a little prana energy. Let's bring them to heart center, and we'll begin the class with one Om. So deep inhale, the eyes closed, looking at the center of the forehead. Om. And if you need to go ahead and pause this video to grab whatever props we're going to be needing, really what I recommend is a bolster. You can use a few pillows or a blanket. I'm just going to grab a pillow that I have right here, and I'll be using this pillow. But really anything to prop you up. So we're going to go ahead and begin by putting this prop between us. Some of you might want to fold the pillow up if you need to be up a little bit higher. And we're going to be sitting with our heels just to the outside. Okay, and let's go ahead and begin by touching in with our breath, bringing the palms of our hands over our belly, getting in touch with our breath. So on the inhale, really feeling that belly expand, and on the exhale, feeling the contraction and the pushing out of all the breath. And now on the next exhale, I'd like you to just leave the belly as loose as possible, like a Buddha belly. Just not trying to look good, just letting the belly really go. And feeling that earth energy below you, connecting with that sense of groundedness. Maybe allowing your buttocks to sink a little bit lower. going ahead, we're going to bring the backs of our hands around to our kidneys. Our kidneys is actually where we hold a lot of fear. So the top of my hand is actually pressed against the back of the kidneys, one on either side, so just right there. And we're gonna go ahead and just really breathe into the kidneys, allowing the chest to open up, maybe tilting our chin up slightly, and then also pulling in at the groin so we're not in an arch, but rather straight in alignment. And then go ahead and just breathe into the kidneys. Allowing your breath to soothe the kidneys. So energetically, this is where we often store a lot of fear, doubt, and really just breathing into that space, signaling to your body that all is well, that it's safe to let go, for your nervous system to calm down, that all is well. And let's just do a couple more breaths there. And we're going to come up onto our knees into puppy pose. I'm going to go to my side just so that I can show you what it looks like. So staying on your knees, you're just going to walk the hands out and bring the forehead down close to the ground but not touching. So you're going to get a nice stretch in the arms. And really breathing into those spaces, breathing into the sides. Beautiful. And then slowly walking yourself up into a tabletop position. We're going to go ahead and thread our right arm under our left. So go ahead and lift the right arm, extend it out, and then bring it right down through underneath the left arm, bringing the right shoulder to the ground if you like. And you can even extend the left arm to really get a nice stretch. And again, you're going to feel it along your sides, just allowing that opening to happen. And then coming back up to tabletop. Go ahead and bring the left arm out in front of you, needling it through your right arm, bringing the left shoulder onto the ground. And you can stay like this, or you can go ahead and extend the right arm. Go ahead and take a few more breaths in that position, just really relishing the way that that stretches you. And when you're ready, you can come and meet us back in tabletop position. And we're going to go ahead and come into a plank pose and then push ourselves up into the first downward dog. So really breathing into the backs of the legs, underneath the arms, moving your hips from side to side. Just really getting a nice stretch in the back of the body. And then we're going to walk ourselves up to a standing position. Go ahead and just allow your body to hang here. If you like, you can bring your arms into a ragdoll position, so holding each of your elbows and just allowing your head to drop. If you have a bigger belly, you may need to widen your stance. You can have your knees bent a little bit, whatever is really comfortable, but just really allowing everything to drop and then touching into the space at the back of the heart center. Just imagining that as a screen door swinging open and allowing anything that's been cluttering up that space to release, to let go. Beautiful. And then go ahead and bring your hands down to the ground, coming to a flat back, bringing the palms to your waist, and then coming up very slowly. So coming up slowly and allowing everything to settle. You've just been upside down for a little bit, so taking a moment, bringing hands to heart center. And then we're going to go ahead and walk the hands back down. And we're going to come back into a downward dog, bringing the right leg up and through, coming into a lunge position, bringing the left knee down to the ground, right arms up, and really stretching. You can go ahead and lock your thumbs together and getting a nice stretch across the chest. Go ahead and come back down into a plank position to upward dog, downward dog. Bringing the left leg up this time, getting a nice stretch there, and bringing it down through the center of your legs into a lunge on the other side. Bringing the arms up and slightly behind you, clasping the thumbs and really opening across the chest. Really feeling that stretch. Back down again. This time let's hold the plank for just a moment. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come into downward dog, allowing yourself to rest for a moment. Breathing again into the backs of those legs, into the back of the heart. We're going to go ahead again and bring the right leg up into the air, down through the center of the hands, lunge, and stretching across the chest. And back down. Plank position, downward facing dog. Left leg up into the air and down through the center. Again, focusing on the heart center, bringing a nice stretch across the front of you. Plank pose, downward dog, bringing the right leg up into the air. We're going to bring the right leg through again, only this time we're going to rest the right elbow onto the right knee, bringing the left arm up into the air, really getting a nice stretch across the side, breathing into that space. And then go ahead and bring the arm around 3 times, just really feeling into that area. 1, 2, into the shoulder, 3, and then bringing them back down to the ground. Plank position, downward facing dog. Catching your breath for a moment, and then bringing the left leg up into the air, down through the center. And this time we're going to rest the left arm on the left knee, bringing the right arm up into the air. And again, we're going to circle that arm. And then we're going to go ahead and bring both arms down to the mat. Coming again into plank position. Downward facing dog. Making sure that you're connected with your breath. Always allowing your breath to guide you. And again, we're going to, one more time, bring the right leg up into the air. Bring it down through the center. And this time, we're going to take the hands and clasp them behind the back. Now, depending on how you're feeling, you can just come down straight like this. And just getting a nice stretch across the center into your shoulders. Or if you're feeling like having a bit more of a strengthening practice, you can actually extend the left leg out and come down to the inside of the right knee. Just really getting that stretch in. And now, regardless of what your position you're in, go ahead and bring both hands down to the ground, bringing the left knee down to the ground. And we're going to bring the left foot right under our pelvis. So we're going to give ourselves a nice stretch. So bringing the right arm out in front of the right leg, right hand, right palm on the floor, lifting up, feeling up. Remembering your intention at the beginning of this class, touching back into that, opening the heart, making space for whatever comes up. And let's go ahead and bring the left hand down to the front of the mat, turning back into the right leg, coming back to plank pose, into downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and walk ourselves up, hanging here for just a moment, releasing, letting go, hands down to the ground, walking our feet back into plank, into downward dog. And this time bring your left foot up into the air, stretching it and bringing that through. So this time it's going to be the right foot on the ground. I'm going to turn just so you can see me. You can stay where you are. Okay. So again, we're going to clasp the hands behind the back so you can stay in this position and simply come to the inside of the left leg. Just getting a nice stretch into the shoulders and across the chest. Also, you're going to want to clasp your hands in whichever way is a little bit uncomfortable. So you probably, whatever way you did it previously, you want the opposite pinky to be on the outside of your clasp. So coming down, and again, if you're feeling like a more strengthening pose, you can actually straighten the right leg and come down on the inside here. Again, bringing both palms down to the ground, dropping the right knee, bringing the right heel under the pelvis. So we're sitting on our heel. We're going to take the left arm against the left leg, bringing that to the floor, just allowing ourselves to press against the leg and then opening the right hand side. Really stretching, really feeling that. And as you get ready to birth your babies too, this is a really nice stretch for the hips, opening there. Remembering throughout this practice that while you're doing your physical body a huge service, you're also serving your emotional body, all the systems in your body. When we physically open, we are also emotionally opening up our bodies. So go ahead and bring both palms down to the ground to the front of your mat, pivoting around, coming back into plank pose, again into downward dog. And just noticing if your body has opened up more in this time and feeling that. Breathing into any tight spaces. Okay, and from here, we're going to bring the right leg up into the air. We're going to bring it through. And we're going to step into Virabhadrasana 3. So we're going to bring our hands up to our hips, coming up slowly. And we're going to push off with our back foot, extending the left leg up into the air, extending, extending out. Focusing on a point on the ground. And then walking your hands down to the ground into a standing split. You can keep both hands on the ground and bring your forehead to your knee if that's possible, if that's available. Wherever you are is fine. If you'd like, you can also take the back of your leg and pull yourself in. That works. Coming back down into a standing position. Ragdoll, hanging for a moment. Stepping back out into a downward dog. Giving yourself a moment to catch your breath. And then bringing the left leg up into the air. Down through the center. Breathing. Bringing your hands up to the waist. To a standing position, or you can come right into Virabhadrasana 3. So, extending the right leg out. And when you're ready, bringing both palms down to the ground. Standing split. Allowing your breath to really bring you deeper into any of the poses, not forcing anything. If it's available through the breath, go ahead and move there. And if it's not quite available yet, just focusing on the breath to create space. And let's go ahead and bring the right leg down into a standing position and back into plank position, into downward dog. All right, now coming back down onto your knees. You're going to want to have your bolster available to you. I'm going to turn around, but you don't have to. Okay. So, again, whatever you have available, blankets, towels, anything to boost you up comfortably in a supported way. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this blanket right between my legs, and I'm going to use this pillow for back support. So, especially for those of you that are further along, you may want to even prop yourself up even more. I'll show you. I'm going to grab another pillow. Okay, so you may want this to just really be a resting position. And the idea is to still focus on opening that heart. So for some of you, you might feel comfortable lying just like this, arms out to the side. If this is not pulling on you too much, you can go ahead and lift your arms up over your head. And really just breathing into the heart. Allowing the body to drape like a heavy blanket over the supports under you, airing out the spaces that may have become clenched over time. Breathing in a softness. Reminding your body of its essence, its natural state of being. And staying in this pose for a little bit longer. Imagining healing energy pouring down into your heart, as well as coming up through Mother Earth, through the back door of your heart. This healing energy blowing in and out and through the heart. Go ahead and stay in that position for a few minutes. Few moments rather. And then bringing the palms to the floor, you can push against the back of your feet till you get some support, and then just pushing yourself up, making sure you use the ground, coming up to a seated position, hands to heart center, allowing the blood to settle. Breathing Mother Earth energy up through the pelvic floor, up through your heart, and out through the top of your head. Feeling this grounded energy. We're going to then go ahead and just put your props to the side. And we're going to do some pelvic tilts on the floor. So laying back down on the ground, we're going to do some small pelvic tilts. So we're actually not lifting anything off the ground. We're just pulling the pelvis in and up and down. So just becoming familiar with these muscles. Feeling the subtlety. And go ahead and we're going to come into a happy baby pose. So bringing the feet up into the air, grabbing the big toes, and just allowing your legs, your pelvis to open, enjoying this sensation. Breathing into the ground below you. So really feeling that earth. Let's go ahead and bring our feet back down onto the ground. And we're going to come up to a seated position one more time. And some of you that have taken my class before, I like to do an exercise. Sometimes I do it at the beginning, sometimes at the end. It's called a keep up exercise. And the idea is you're going to keep your eyes closed, looking at the center of your forehead. And we're going to move the arms. We're going to bring them out to the side and move them rapidly up and down. Not a wide range of motion. Keeping them as straight as possible and keeping the focus at the center of the forehead. So today I am without a clock. So we're going to go for maybe just probably a couple minutes. And so the idea of this is that when things get intense, when life gets intense, when in birth, when there's a physical intensity, how do you respond? Can you stay in your mindset and keep your focus? So your arms are going to get tired, and notice what you do with that. Do you immediately go to, oh, I can't do this? Or can you, seeing if you can flip that and just, telling yourself some positive reinforcement. I am so much stronger than this. I can do this. I am capable. Just feeding yourself really enforce powerful thoughts that empower you rather than take away your power. So paying attention to the thoughts that you're telling yourself, and if you need to, flipping those thoughts. Okay, so to begin, bring the arms out to the side. And let's go ahead and start moving those arms. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Bring the eyes to the center, the gaze, the internal gaze to the center of the forehead. And this is a rapid movement. So really trying to make it rapid. Trying to actually tire ourselves out. Breathing deeply. Bringing a slight smile to the face. That always helps. It signals to our body that we're good. That we are not actually running from a saber-toothed tiger. That we got this. Bringing a little laughter to any situation always literally lightens things up. Keeping the internal gaze on the center of the forehead. I can do this. I am powerful. I am strong. Picking up the speed of the arms if you need to. And today we're just going to go for 30 more seconds. So keep up that pace if you can. Almost there. If you came out, come back in and just bring those arms into a rapid movement to the side, okay? Okay, bringing them, stretching them out. You can stop stretching the arms out to the side. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Keeping the eyes closed, staying internally focused, keeping still, just noticing the change in the energy around you. Just feeling that energy field around you. How much more enlivened it's become after that movement. And now you can go ahead and come down onto your back. If you are next to a wall and you would like to, in this Shavasana, I invite you to bring your legs up against the wall. So allowing all the energy from today's class to settle, opening up the arms to your side. If you like, you can use your blankets. If you are further along, you're going to want to lay in Shavasana on your left-hand side. And I'm going to just show you what that looks like. You can lay on your back. You may hear that you should not. And as long as you are comfortable, that's actually okay. But if you are further along and you've got a big belly and you want some support, you can come right onto your left-hand side. Bring a pillow between your legs. If you want, you can rest your belly over one of the pillows, using your left arm as a pillow, or if you have another pillow. Just feeling the vibrating quality of the energy around you. The openness of the heart. We did a lot of gentle poses to really open up that space. And that last keep up pose really pumps a lot of energy into that heart center. Go ahead and honor yourself for making the time to come here, to take care of yourself so that you can be the best mother for your baby. And since you're at home, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana, I invite you to do so. And if you're ready to come out, you can push yourself up slowly, using both hands, bringing the props around to the side. Bringing the hands to heart center. And we'll close with Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you a great day.